78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty ldbc. Y'all smash the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on your notification bell so be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, please share the video. All right, more Floyd Mayweather news. Before I even get started, let me get something out the way. It's still early. You have a chance to click off of the video. You know what I mean? Because I get these weird comments from people, insecure dudes who pop up. Real ninjas don't gossip about other men. Real ninjas don't pocket watch. Well, I'm gonna tell you something else. Real ninjas don't do. Real ninjas don't open your ears to gossip. So if this is gossip to you, and not the news, you shouldn't be listening to it, right? But we all know you're gonna listen because that's what y'all do, a bunch of hypocrites. All right, go tell TMZ. Go tell TMZ the mess you're trying to tell me. This is a boxing channel. Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest boxers of all time, and so we're gonna educate over here. We're gonna talk about the news as it relates to Floyd Mayweather in boxing. So Floyd Mayweather is in the news again. I did videos about this already, but more information is coming out. You know, Floyd Mayweather has recently filed a lawsuit against Showtime and its execs, claiming that Showtime allowed his former business partner Al Heyman to rob him and stuff like that. But he's not suing Al Heyman, but he did claim that Showtime helped Al Heyman rob him. So it's just a weird scenario or whatever. However, so he's suing them for the upwards of $340 million. Now, people are coming out now saying that Floyd owes money um, in his one of his Manhattan places that he's renting, or I don't know how he owes. I didn't even think Floyd was renting out nothing. I thought Floyd owned all these New York City buildings and stuff. That's what he was just saying a couple of months ago, and people were making reports saying that he was lying and all of that. I didn't think he was lying. I was like, man, ain't no way Floyd's gonna come out here telling the world that he got all these major deals if he lying. So I don't know. It looked like he might have been lying, or he got played. You know, Floyd don't seem like he that bright. You know what I'm saying? So he might have got scammed. You know what I'm saying? What they call it, rainmaker. You know what I'm saying? You know, he gave somebody some money who he thought was smart, and they went and told him they was investing in it, and then they come back and give him a couple dollars, and he think he making money, and next thing you know, these people disappear. They hiding out overseas somewhere, and all his money that he invested is gone. That's quite possible because it happens to a lot of athletes. Most people just too embarrassed to tell you, but I know a few athletes that stuff like that has happened to. You gotta stop believing guys, white guys in suits with their hair slicked back. Stop believing them. You know what I'm saying? Just because they know a few people, they can open up their phone and share and show you some pictures and stuff like that. That don't mean nothing, bro. These dudes be scamming. But I met this dude at the bar before I need to take a sidebar. Tell you this story one time. I met this dude at the bar. All right, I was out of town. It was an NBA All Star weekend, and so I go out there just to, you know what I'm saying, do what I do. And I'm at this bar. So it's this guy, this white guy. I don't know who he is, but he checking out my jewelry, and you know what I'm saying, and checking out my shoes, and he starts saying little stuff like, you know, hey, yeah, man, he started talking to me about, you know, Jordans and old Jordans and how he used to collect and all this and this and that, right? And you know, we vibing, right? And so he started name dropping people about all the people he knows. He met Michael Jordan, and you know, he plays golf with Jordan, and he talking about how he played golf with Charles Barkley. These are good friends of his, and all this. So I'm like, okay. So he starts showing me pictures in his phone. So it's legit. Like he got pictures with Michael Jordan playing golf. He got pictures with Charles Barkley, right? Now most people will be impressed by this and be like, "Oh, okay, this guy must be somebody." So he trying to figure me out. He don't know what my income bracket is, right? He trying to see if I'm a player or not, and if I got enough money for him to steal and scam. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say this: he couldn't con me. You know what I'm saying? So while he trying to finesse me, I just finessed him. I just flipped it back and finessed him. But you know that takes a certain type of skill, takes a certain type of player, and you got to be in the streets for a while to know guys like that. But see, Floyd and them haven't really been around that kind of stuff. Floyd has been in the boxing gym his whole life, and he has been successful, one of the greatest boxers of all time. But he has been sheltered from a lot of the fugaziness out there in the world. And if you ain't out there rubbing shoulders and shaking and moving with these busters out here, and he shouldn't be. But if you ain't out here doing that, you're gonna be a little square to the game, right? You're gonna be an L7. So What's happened is Floyd trying to mix and mingle. He got millions of dollars. He got hundreds of millions of dollars. And now you out here trying to mix and mingle with these people, rub shoulders with people who you admire, and they ain't nobody. They just basically showing you pictures in their phone. These are guys who go to what do you call them, autograph signings, and Chris Brown having a meet and greet. These guys that go out there and take pictures with Chris Brown, and then show you the pictures and act like they know these people. You know what I'm saying? Like they friends with them, but in reality, they just went to VIP section, went to some autograph signing, some club where they was gonna be at, and they gathered up a bunch of pictures. So I'm telling y'all all of this before I get into the story, so that y'all can stop being conned by people who show y'all a picture. A picture don't mean nothing. I got pictures when I was a teenager with Tupac. Never showed them on YouTube. Know why? Because it don't mean nothing. I can tell you any story behind that picture. Yeah, man, one day me and Pac was kicking it. I don't know Tupac. We wasn't friends. You know what I'm saying? No, it was coming out of barbershop. He was in town for a concert. I said, yeah, it's Tupac. I was fanboy. It's Pac. He took a picture with me. Polaroid. Back in the 90s. Right? Never put that on YouTube. Never, you know what I'm saying? I could have told any type of fugazi story behind that with that picture, and people would have believed it just because I got the picture. The picture don't mean nothing. So anyway, let's get back to Floyd Mayweather. Now they're saying that Floyd Mayweather owes money for his Manhattan apartment building. So I don't know if they're saying that he owes money for rent money, or he owes back taxes on the bill. I don't know what they're trying to say, but they saying he owe money to these folks. And we talking about, you know what I'm saying, taking his joint. Now, another thing, they talking about jewelers. They say Floyd owed money to jewelers. And this is another mistake that a lot of these athletes make, especially boxers. Taking jewelry on consignment is a serious issue, okay? When somebody, don't let nobody front you nothing, bro. Don't let nobody front you nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, once you're a boss, you got to graduate past getting fronted stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing worse than owing people money, you know what I'm saying? When I was in the streets, yeah, I got fronted, you know what I'm saying? I used to get fronted some weight and all that kind of stuff like that. That's the position I was in because I needed the money. And once I got tired of going to sleep. It's hard to go to sleep at night knowing you owe somebody $20,000. You don't know when they're gonna change their mind, when they're gonna need it. Hey, baby, you look pretty. So they it's hard to say that um when you go to sleep at night when you owe somebody like 20 grand. That's hard to do. All right. Y'all got excuse me, my baby, my daughter coming in the house. But now, with all that being said, eventually you graduate to boss status and you start, you know what I'm saying, paying for what's yours. And I would think that Floyd had enough money to just buy what he used to brag about. I own this, I own that, I own all my cars, I own this and that, this is mine, I own this. So now you renting stuff or you getting stuff fronted to you that's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. Because as soon as you miss a payment, them guys gonna tell it. They're going and a lot. This happened to a lot of rappers and boxers. I don't know about NBA players so much, but rappers and boxers. From my jeweler, he tell me all the time, like, man, such and such, man, this dude, man, it took this dude a year to get my money back. I didn't want to sue him, man, because I'm like, man, come on, bro, just do. I didn't want to make him look bad, blah blah. It took him a year to get my money back. You know what I'm saying? And different rappers and different boxers do stuff like that. They get money. I mean, excuse me, they get the jury up front. So let's just say hypothetically, oh, I like this ring, this pinky ring. I like that watch, and I like that chain. What you want for? Oh, okay, $450,000, basically a half a million. I want that. Ah, man, dude, I only got like 300,000 on me. And ooh, all right, well, look, man, just give me the 300, and then you good for it. You owe me 150. You know what I'm saying? You just give it back to me in 30 days. Oh, bet. Then they start wearing the jury, and then they feel like they got it already. They ain't gonna get dude back his 150, right? Oh, he good. He don't need the 150. Next thing you know, your name is out here in the streets is a deadbeat, and don't let him front. Don't front nothing to him because he gonna steal the money. He gonna run off, run off with the run off on the plug. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, that's the type of stuff that's been happening with Floyd and Javante Davis and Adrian Bronner and a lot of them guys. Floyd was all these guys' big homie. You know what I mean? And he lived a lifestyle that is not sustainable. I kept telling y'all that. I've been telling y'all that for years, but people will come here and call me a hater because y'all lack knowledge. You like the desire to comprehend knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle that's not you cannot sustain that type of lifestyle. Yes, it's cool to flex in front for a little while and all that kind of stuff, man. But you can't live like that. You can't spend $11,000 a month. You can't spend $11,000 a month. Bill Gates don't even spend that. And this man got more money than any. You know what I'm saying? He don't even spend 11,000. So why was Floyd spending $11 million a month? Why is Floyd spending 11 million a month? Why? In order to sustain a life like that, you have to be making a ridiculous amount of money every month. I told y'all this years ago, right? Over 15 years ago, I told y'all this about Floyd. Nobody wanted to listen. Only a few of y'all did, I should say. And now we're in this position. I told y'all about Adrian Bronner, where he was going to end up. I told y'all that 15 years ago. Look at us today, right? I literally told you about AB, and everything I told you was going to happen, happened. I told you about Floyd. Everything I told you was going to happen, happened. Now, how? Did I wish this to happen to them? No, it's common sense. When you outside long enough, you see and learn from other people's mistakes. These are guys who grew up in the boxing gym. So yes, they got money. And when they got money, y'all right, they sack. And you think because they got money that means they're smart, they're intelligent, so they're better than you. And that's not how it goes. Right? These dudes have been sheltered. They worked on their craft their entire life. They became the best at possible at what they do, and that's boxing. But once they get out of their element and start dealing with business, they have to trust other people around them to handle their business because they didn't put the education, they didn't put the time and the energy into educating themselves like they should have, right? And this is where you gotta give a lot of credit to a guy like LeBron James. Now you know I don't like LeBron, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate him or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just just basketball, I don't like it. But with LeBron, this man, he sent all his homies to school. Sent all of them to school. Go and get your degrees, man. Go and do this, go and do that. The NBA started making up the Rich Paul rules and all that. Man, go and get your degree. Go and get this so these people can't say nothing. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Now they running the game. They don't have to rely on some agent with his hair slicked back, acting like he's Jerry Maguire or something like that. They ain't got to rely on all that kind of stuff. They became their own bosses. Floyd Mayweather relied upon Al Heyman, Stephen Espinosa, and others to handle his business. And I always said to y'all, remember how we used to have these conversations? I said, well, look, why is Floyd, why is Floyd not having more promotional fights? Mayweather promotion should be the at the forefront of boxing. But Floyd Mayweather's name recognition alone, he could have all these fighters signed to him, but he was signing guys to slave contracts, ridiculous contracts. He was not treating these guys good. That's why Tank Davis wanted to leave and eventually left. That's why Shakur Stevenson never signed with Floyd Mayweather. That's why Devin Haney never signed with Floyd Mayweather. Everybody else who signed with Floyd, where they at now? J. Leon Love, he left Floyd. He over there with Jake Paul. All right. What, what happened to everybody from Mayweather Promotions? Where are they? Floyd has failed, not in the boxing ring, but in the business realm. He talked crazy about the Jordan brand. I remember Floyd was talking crazy about Jordan. Oh, I don't wear Jordan. Jordan cheap. You're cheap. Michael Jordan is a billionaire, a real billionaire. Michael Jordan got so much money, he don't have to take pictures like this, Floyd. He don't have to spread out $1 million on his private jet to show people he got money because his name means money. Jordan, the man got a logo. The man got a logo, a Jumpman logo that is second in popularity in the world only to the Nike swoop. And you talking about Jordans are cheap, But you go give all your money to Gucci and Versace and Balenciaga and all these people with the slick back hair because you respect these clowns. But they don't respect you. They see you coming, they say, look at this monkey with the shiny suit. He got a pocket full of money. Let's get it. Let's get the money from the monkey. Let's get the money from the monkey. That's how they looking at you. But you thinking they respect you. You thinking you represent power when you walk into that room. You talking about the same folks who Oprah Winfrey, one of the most powerful women in the world, one of the richest women in the world. Oprah Winfrey people didn't even want to sell her a bag because they thought she didn't have enough money for that bag. Oprah Winfrey. And you think these people respect you, Floyd? They don't. I know you're trying to rub shoulders now with the mother folks. You know what I'm saying? I know you're trying to go over there and support, you know, the Zionist movements and stuff like that, and you hoping that they'll help bail you out. We'll see. Hopefully they help you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, your submission will get you out of financial ruin. You know what I'm saying? But all that fronting for what, Floyd? For what? So you can end up in this position. All that fronting so you can end up in this position. You told 50 Cent, "Oh, I might not be able to read, but I can count." How about you said? Now look at you. Now you suing your business partners for $340 million. You was bragging about how much money you made, how much money you had. Now it's all gone. Now you people looking for 300,000 from you. You ain't got it. This is diabolical. This is nasty, nasty work. It's actually sad because Floyd had an opportunity to be the smartest boxer. Once upon a time, I called Floyd the smartest boxer. When he first retired, I said, "Man, Floyd's the smartest boxer ever." And Floyd retweeted my video. Well, he tweeted like a screenshot of the video. He didn't tweet the actual video. He took a screenshot, or his team or somebody from whoever in control of his social media. They shared it on his social media, right? But I call him the smartest boxer of all time. And what I was talking about was this man retired undefeated and made more money than everybody. So I thought Floyd would be okay if he just corrected a few things and didn't run around wasting all his money up. But he kept spending money like he was still boxing. Run around in the private jet constantly, bro. You're not Bill Gates. You're not Warren Buffett. You're not. Ain't nothing wrong with having a private jet. You know what I'm saying? If you got the money for all that, you know what I'm saying. But bro, you gotta be making the money to uh, uh to justify that kind of stuff. So now, all people been saying for years that Floyd was going broke. I didn't believe it. No, I didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe it. Here's an article here. Floyd Mayweather faces lawsuits over luxury debt. Nasty, nasty work. It's diabolical. You know what I'm saying? All that jewelry, $18 million watches and stuff like this, and for what? For what? What does it matter? What does it all really mean? You know what I'm saying? If them folks can just come take everything you work for, and now you got to come back to boxing. So word on the curb is Floyd will be boxing this year, trying to get out of debt, trying to make him some money. Now this is sad. This is like when what's that? Rocky Five? What was it Rocky Five or Rocky Four? I think it was Rocky Four, Rocky Five. When Rocky had to move back to the hood, or Paulie tried to make some smart investments like Floyd. Yeah, Paulie tried to make some smart investments like Floyd, and all the money was gone. Rocky had to go back, had to go in the attic and go get his leather jacket and that hat and them gloves. Back to the block. This is sad, man. But anyway, man, that's my 2 cents, man. But make sure y'all come check me out on Patreon. Patreon.com/78 Sports TV. That's patreon.com/78 Sports TV. New content is up and available, locked and loaded. I just did a video talking about Gorilla, her sister Scarface, that whole little saga, and Finesse 2 times on my Patreon. You know what I'm saying? I got some other stuff talking about Kevin Gates and old girl, that Brittany Greener chick who claimed that Kevin Gates, like to get pegged and all this nonsense. But regardless, the content is up. Make sure y'all go check me out. 70 Sports TV. Salute to the mighty LDBC. I'm up out of here. Deuces.